And we are live. Hello, 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 annyeonghaseyo. So if a lot of you have been wondering what I say annyeonghaseyo, what it means, it just means hello in my language, okay? So annyeonghaseyo, and I am Tay. For all of you who don't know who I am, I'm back to think out loud with you. So annyeonghaseyo, shara. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are tuning in from. Good afternoon, too. Did I say that? But anyways, I wanted to come on and share something. So thank you for tuning in with me always. Um, if you're watching the replay, thank you also. Today I'm back to think out loud with you as always, and I just wanted to talk about something really quick with you. No pitching, no salesy, no nothing. Okay, just thinking out loud of something that you've probably been thinking about too, and or somebody else they just can't say it out loud. Okay, but I'm not trying to teach anything. I'm just trying to share something that's been on my mind lately. Okay, I have a lot on my mind. Okay, if you have noticed, I come think a lot with you guys. So do share with me in the comments where you're tuning in from, so I know how far my lives have reached, and do share with me too what your thoughts are, okay, about what my topics are, what I talk about and stuff. So today I want to touch on something that life's been about life, right? Because with me, life has been shifting a lot lately, and if you've been following me, you know that I've recently moved, and with that came new routines, right? New routines, new responsibilities, and new priorities, okay? And honestly, I felt a little scattered, okay? But there, there's been moments I've missed, like meetings, right? And being scattered and being in new routines and new responsibilities. I've had to reschedule calls or just needed to, you can say, pause to catch my breath. And that's okay, okay? And if I'm being honest, being very quite honest, part of me felt bad, really bad, like I was letting people down, right? But then I remembered, okay? And the most important part that I wanted to come on and share is I remembered I'm human too, and you're human too. And so sometimes life changes, and life will always change, okay? And when it does, we have to realign, okay? Realigning is not easy, okay? It's about giving up. Actually, it's not about giving up. It's about not giving up or making excuses, okay? And to be quite honest, I have to say it's about honoring where you are, okay? And quite honestly, adjusting as needed without guilt. Because when you're in a transition, you are going to feel guilty. You're going to feel bad, but don't, because you're human, okay? And the biggest blessing in all of this, I'm sharing not to boast, not to be have a big ego or big head, because I honestly wanted to inspire and share, because through all of this, I've learned so much about me, about my business, and about this journey. Because right now, I get to choose how I move, and before I couldn't. And this business gives me that. It gives me that choice, that option, the ability that allows me to move. It allows me the flexibility to shift my schedule, and the freedom, right? The freedom to take care of real life, because my business is running in the background. I share this because this is too good of a blessing not to share. And the space, it actually allows me to have the space to still show up, even if it looks different than it did last month, right? Or the month before, because you guys used to see me in my kitchen or like in my little work area where it's my little nook or my little corner, right? But life has changed, and I have been showing up differently, right? And that's the best part about flexibility and of this portable and flexible business. It allows me that. And I don't take that lightly, to be quite honest, okay? Because I know what it looks like to be in a space or to be in spaces where you don't have that choice, where showing up isn't an option, or isn't optional. Let me put it that way. Even when your heart or your home needs attention. And through this journey, through this adventure, if you've been following me, this move across state line, it has been the best thing for my little family. But I have learned so much through this business, through this journey, through this move, because I've noticed that with this move, I don't have to worry about it being showing up at a place where I have to clock in, clock out. Because, and quite honestly, if you've been rising quietly too, okay, whether it's through your own journey or whatever it may be, or even maybe if you've been sitting on the fence and wondering if this path is for you, right? Or a path is for you. I just want you to know, okay? I'm sharing not to like brag or anything. I'm just sharing because I want you to know that I see you and that I've been there. And I hope you give yourself grace in your journey too, okay? Whatever it is, whatever journey that you're taking. And to remind you that you don't have to be perfect and you don't have to have it all together. You just have to be willing. Listen, okay? You just have to be willing to keep showing up, to be real, to be honest, and to be you. And that's what I've been doing, okay? And I'm so grateful that I get to do it this way. I get to share, I get to move along this journey with you all. And again, thanks for letting me share this with you today, okay? I needed this reminder too. So I just want to remind you that if you needed this reminder, that I also needed that reminder too. And that's how I ended up here. And that's why I show up. And that's why I wanted to share. I come think out loud because a lot of us, we don't say what is in our heart. We don't do what is in our heart. We do what is in the social norm. And so if you are feeling the same way and you're feeling, but quite honestly, I'm sharing because this journey of being able to have the options and the choices to be able to do this without worry, right? Without worry about my finances and without worrying about, and nothing's perfect. I'll be very honest with you. Nothing's perfect. And settling in and moving and doing this and that, it's never easy because there's so much that goes into it. But I want to come and share about how you, when you don't have to worry about that clock in, clock out. It's been, I think, a month and a half, almost 2 months, maybe even a little bit longer than that. But I share because it's too great of a blessing not to share. But anyways, that's what I wanted to talk about tonight. And that's all I got for you. And if you've been feeling stuck, maybe it's time for you to do whatever it is that you need to do, right? So if you're seeing this, reach out, drop a comment, let me know how far my lives have reached, where you're tuning in from, and share your thoughts with me. Have you been thinking about these kind of things too? Like if there's ever a shift in life, would you have that choice or that option to be able to do the same thing if you were working at a 9-to-5 grind? So drop in the comment. Let me hear how you're feeling because sometimes it feels good to let things out. Okay. All right. That's all I got. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for always supporting, checking with me again. And like I always say, never give up and you will get there. I'm always rooting for you. Okay. Well, check in with me again. That's it. Bye. Shijidua. Thank you. Ciao.